Hi, everybody.
Hello there.
I'm Jerry.
And I'm Linda.
We're the newcomers. It's cold here in Florida. Come to Florida, they said. It's warm.
Yeah.
Rare freezing temperatures threaten the villages over the weekend. Villagers scramble to cover up their expensive plants. Temperatures down to 31 degrees threaten to kill tropical plants. You're encouraged to cover them with cloth materials, staying away from plastics and tarps. Good luck to everyone. Let us know how you fared through the freeze of 24.
In January, it is not warm. It is cold. In fact, we've gone pretty much most of January without the furnace on.
I just turned it on.
Yeah, you did.
It's not a furnace, so to speak. It's a heat pump.
Yeah. Oops.
And I just set it to where if it gets to be 68, it'll heat us up. And if it gets to be 74, it'll cool us down.
Okay.
So we got the mix. But
We
the
got-
first day, almost the third week in January, so
Yeah,
that's pretty
yeah.
good, I think.
Yeah.
And our utility bills have shown a difference on that
Yeah,
too.
absolutely.
They've been lower. So
Yeah, we hope you're staying warm wherever you are and not have to shovel too much snow.
And you went to a garage sale.
I did. I had a good time. I went to a garage sale last week and with a friend of mine, and it was fun to do that. I enjoy seeing what other people collect, and I did find some things that my sister collects, and I ended up buying something for my sister.
Pointer, what I've been looking for at yard sales and garage sales, which are legal here and you can have them, are nuts, bolts, and screws. I had all these little individual drawers back home, and
Yeah.
I left them there. I didn't bring them. I gave them
Yeah.
away. I gave them away. And now I don't have a screw. I don't have a toggle bolt. I don't have fasteners. I don't have anything, so I got to buy them.
Yeah.
My theory on small things, if you can fit it in that truck or under the seat of your car,
Yeah.
whatever, bring it. You
Yeah.
can always decide to get rid of it once you're here.
Yeah.
We overdid it
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah. Got rid of a lot, but it was liberating.
We also went to a concert. Now, we actually did it before last week's Mailbag Monday, but it kind of overlapped with our recording, so we
Yeah.
didn't tell you about it.
Right.
But it was at the Savannah Center. It was a Victory production called
Yeah.
Direct from Sweden.
Yeah.
Direct from Sweden. I mean, I knew it was an ABBA tribute band, and listen, they are fantastic.
Phenomenal.
You would never have known the difference between ABBA and that band if you hadn't been told.
Can I add something? You can go on YouTube, and that's what we did when we got home or the next day. We got on YouTube and looked up the original ABBA group and then the tribute band. And it was wonderful how they have tried to change their looks and try to look exactly like the ABBA
it's
group.
fantastic.
And that was wonderful.
So many cool songs. You've seen the movies Mamma Mia and Mamma
Yeah.
Mia Return. Or,
Yeah, they're
but,
good.
Winner Takes It All.
Yeah.
This is fantastic.
We sang songs for days, didn't we, Jerry?
Still am.
Yeah.
And we had a blown circuit breaker. We'll tell you about that a little bit later. And it cost us an entire freezer full of food. Hey, do you hate false advertising? Will you get that box for me?
I will.
I want to show them something. I want to show you something.
Yeah, period.
We're already thinking ahead. And she saw on Amazon something that would be just great for our grandchildren. We've got a couple of little ones. We've got a 6-monther. We've got a 2-year. We got a 3-year. So we thought, this is cool. They all love dinosaurs. So we ordered this little car that you can see the picture there. It's awesome. Look at that thing. Who wouldn't love that? That's really neat. And we got it from Amazon. We got it, and here it is. Look at this thing. It's tiny.
Well, yeah.
Now look at that picture. Look at them. Either those are Lilliputians or that's false advertising. Don't you hate that? And it's not even as big as this box. It's inside this box.
I had visions of our grandchildren. Well, we actually got 2 of them. I couldn't believe it. I thought our grandchildren would be able to sit on top of it, get in it, motor around, life size.
I guess we're going to keep it, but that is not what we thought. Gee, mini Christmas.
Yeah.
It reminds me of that advertising when you buy a home.
Yeah.
And the realtors have that super duper lens that makes a 10 by 10 room look like a gymnasium. You ever notice that?
Yes.
You can look at the refrigerator door. If it looks like that refrigerator 6 feet wide, you know you're being fooled.
You know you're being fooled.
Yeah.
You know you're being fooled.
We have a great show for you today, a new segment of Bubble Wrap with Peter Bernard.
Is your garage too hot in the summer and cold in the winter, like it is really cold right now? I've got a solution in this week's Bubble Wrap.
Peter always has some good ideas for us, and I think this one will be helpful. Also, we're going to have a segment of Ask Amy. That's Amy Pittman, the local attorney that tackles so many questions that our viewers really need to know.
Stay tuned. It's going to be a good show. Hit it, Wally.
Send us your questions, we've got your answers. Jerry and Linda's Mailbag Monday.
Okay, this was kind of funny. Once in a while, something funny will happen, and I'll have to write it down to remind myself to tell you about it. But anyway, pet names. She called me Honey the other day.
I call you Honey.
She calls me Honey. She's so
I think
far
that's
better than I
okay.
deserve. And
It's better than say, hey, you.
I don't know. I like it. So I said, that's nice of you to call me Honey. I said, do you want me to call you pet names? And what you said, yeah.
Yeah.
And so I said, okay, Puddin'.
Call me
I call her
Puddin'.
Puddin'.
I wasn't fond of it. I just don't like pudding.
Well, I know. And then I said, well, pick yourself a name, right?
Yeah.
You didn't come up with one.
No, not yet.
So I felt bad that she was nice to me and I hadn't called her a pet name that she liked. So I said, and it's true that she is the reason I get out of bed every morning.
Oh, not the only reason. What's the first reason you really get out of bed for? Don't you have to go to the bathroom?
She's the second reason I get out of bed in the morning.
Second reason. I'm number 2.
Today's viewer video comes all the way from Oregon.
Hi, Jerry and Linda. This is Julie from Southern Oregon. My husband Steve and I own a patio villa in the Villages, and we've had it for a couple of years now. And we've come down every once in a while to visit the house and enjoy the Villages. But last time we were there, which was about 3 weeks ago in December, we noticed when we were headed down to Sawgrass at night that there seemed to be some greenhouses, some pretty big greenhouses in the Villages off to the side. They were all lit up at night. So we were wondering, does the Villages actually grow their own flowers? Is that how they're able to replace all of their plants and flowers so often and keep everything looking so beautiful and wonderful? It seems obvious, but I've never seen or heard anything about that. So just thought I would ask about that. Beautiful day here in Southern Oregon, but probably not as beautiful as the Villages. It's pretty chilly here. It's about 40, but anyway, thanks for everything. Hopefully we see you when we get there next time. Bye-bye.
You know, I thought that those greenhouses, and when you drive by there, it looks like Area 51.
It does. It's really cool.
Everything's dark, and there's these glowing greenhouses, and there's acres and acres of them.
Yeah.
But they do not produce the flowers that you see at every roundabout and the entrance to every one of our neighborhoods. Those are for what?
Well, it's like microgreens, and it's for vegetables and things that supply things for our restaurants. So I think that's pretty awesome.
What's a microgreen?
Oh, they're little bitty, teeny tiny green things, that grow like sprouts and stuff, whatever. And it's very, very good. It's got lots of vitamins in them. And
I know they give tours. I mean,
we haven't
was
been
like-
on the tour yet.
like
we need to.
$25 or $30. I don't know what it is.
I don't know.
Take
I
the
think
tour.
it's 15.
But we haven't done it.
No, but I think we should do it.
Microgreens.
Yeah, we actually had some of those microgreens at the Finney Grill one day. They had some on the table in little bitty sections, different kinds of microgreens that you can put on your food. And I haven't seen it since, so I don't know. They were kind of pushing it, advertising, and this is what you can get through the Village Grown. So I don't know. I think it's pretty cool. But I know you don't like the little foo-foo and all the little spring mix and all the little...
I'm sure some of you have
like
taken
that,
that tour and you know exactly. I called them 3 times
You did?
to try to get them to tell me what it was, but I kept getting a recording every single time. Didn't get to talk to anybody. If you've been on the tour, let us know what that is. I do remember when I was growing up, my dad was a farmer. He had a green thumb. My father could grow
did.
tomatoes,
He
the
did.
size of her head.
out of horrible dirt.
And he could grow a lot of things like green onions. And he would pick those green onions, and my mom would put them in a glass on the table, and you just pulled out a green onion and
All summer
biting
long.
it.
All
Now,
summer
those
long.
are microgreens for me. That's the kind of microgreen I want.
Yeah, I guess. No.
But anyway, we'll do some more investigation. Some of you already know. You're saying, like, these people, they should be watching my channel. You know? All right, let's get to one of our questions here. This one came from Melanie and Kelly. And it's not really a question. Well, I guess it was a question, but I solved it for them. Hi, Jerry and Linda. We're here for a month and loving it. Only problem is that someone is playing pranks on us. Every time they drive by our rental home, they slow down and open our garage door. This happens all day long. Is this a common thing? Well, I had an idea what it was right off the bat, because the same thing happened to us when we moved here.
It really did.
We have a garage door opener at that time called an MVP, and our neighbor had the same garage door opener, and the people across the street had the same garage door opener, all down the block. Those were the builder grade standard garage door openers, and they were good enough for garage door openers. But once in a while, you'd find two neighbors in proximity to each other. When they opened their garage door, yours came up. So I told her, I said, check with your neighbors. Watch, when your garage door goes up, run out and see if one of theirs has just gone up. And she wrote me back immediately saying, LOL, it was the neighbor across the street. So that's something, it's an easy fix. I mean, you just have somebody, you or they, have to reprogram the transmitter.
Reprogram it.
And you can fix it. But that was funny. She thought somebody was driving by and opening her garage door for a prank.
Oh, that's not a good prank. This is from Ethan in upstate New York. The water in South Florida smells and tastes terrible. You can smell it on your clothing after doing the laundry, and it even makes the fountain soda at restaurants undrinkable. When we go to Disney, the water smells and tastes better, but it will bother my stomach after a couple days of drinking it. What is the water like in the villages?
It was okay for me, but she didn't love it.
I felt like I had a stomach ache the first month or two here, and I kept saying, something is amiss. I don't know what's going on.
It's probably nerves.
I don't think so. Well, that could be. We moved in right before Christmas, and we had so much to do. But I finally persuaded him to get the filter system in the whole house, and so he was so sweet.
Yeah.
He was so sweet.
You know,
to
I
me.
investigated those, and they were expensive. And
Yeah.
just like a lot of you viewers, I decided to go with the Nova water system.
Yeah.
It's that system with 3 blue canisters. You've seen it now. I think you saw one in Peter's garage when he did that little intro a while ago.
Yeah.
It's about $600, give or take, probably more now. That was 5 years ago we
Have
had
it
that
put
put
in.
in. But it's great. We've noticed a big improvement in the drinking
Yeah.
water.
Yeah.
And we get what you're saying about the restaurant water.
Oh, yes.
Many times I've ordered water, and man, it's foul.
Yeah, I think that happens in different cities. I mean, different cities have different, maybe different kind of qualifications on what they put in their
But
water.
I've asked the waitress, I'd say, hey, what's wrong with your water? And they go, nothing.
Yeah, they're just trying to get you to buy Coke.
Yeah, well, they do. It works because I always have to.
Sweet tea.
Either eat my meal without anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, those Nova filters worked for us. We bought it just like you guys.
Right.
But it's a good, solid company, and it's owned by a villager. So if you have water problems, you might want to look up for Nova.
Yeah. Yeah.
While we're on the subject of water, we have another question from Randy in Tucson, Arizona. Is it true there are 2 water sources going into the village's houses, one fresh and one for irrigation? How does it work? Do you have 2 water meters? Is irrigation water cheaper? Okay, that's a good question.
Great question.
We've answered it before, but see, 5 years is a long time. You know,
Some people don't start at the very beginning. Of
some
it.
people come, some people go from our viewership.
Yeah.
Why would they go?
Where
I know
are
why
they
they go.
going?
Why do they go?
They're here. They think
But
they know it.
yeah, there are 2 water sources, but they don't both come into your house. The one for exteriors is an exterior water source, and that runs to your irrigation pipes.
You do not drink it. That you don't let your grandkids play in the hose and go out there and no. Don't let the kids play in the irrigation water because it's dirty water.
It's non-potable.
Yeah. Did you figure out the right word?
I
How to
said
say
potable.
it? Yeah. You don't drink it.
And listen, sometimes you'll get a horrible smell from your sprinklers when they're sprinkling,
Yeah.
and we've heard that's from sediment.
Oh.
And sometimes you have to actually clean out the filters
Filter
within
things.
each one of those
Yeah.
sprinklers.
Yeah.
So yeah, you have 2. You have 2 water bills. You have the house water, which also includes your outdoor spigots. By the way, those are house water. Those are not irrigation water.
Oh, true.
So you have inside your house and your 2 exterior spigots, if you have a typical home, that's potable water.
Okay.
And it's a different bill. And yes, the sprinkler water, the irrigation water is a little bit cheaper.
And that's when you don't drink.
Yeah, don't drink it, don't bathe in it.
No, don't let the kids run and play in your sprinkler.
Yeah. It's time for Ask Amy.
Hello, we just got another question in about getting married and whether or not they should have a joint account or separate. So I definitely would recommend you watch some of my other videos about getting married later in life. It's not something we usually recommend, and if you are going to get married, you definitely need to consider doing a prenup. I know that's not the question you asked, but I had to go there. If you are getting married, we definitely recommend you keep your assets separate. Obviously, if you do have a joint account with your spouse and you pass away, your spouse will receive all funds in that account. If you get married in Florida, your spouse is entitled to half your house and 30% of all your assets unless you do a prenup. So that's my quick answer to your question about getting married and sharing a bank account. If you want more information, definitely recommend you speak to your estate planning attorney or a family law attorney about setting up a prenuptial agreement prior to your marriage.
There are so many topics that we don't know about when it comes to wills and trusts and marriage, divorce,
Remarriage.
and we're so glad that we have her.
Yeah.
And she's willing to do this for us. And that's just wonderful. So thank you, Amy. We appreciate
We
it.
sure do.
An issue that we like to talk to you about pretty frequently are seat belts in golf carts. We fully believe that your golf cart should have a seat belt. One of ours didn't when we moved here.
Yeah.
We bought our first cart. It did not. We had them installed. Now we wear them. Even when we go two doors down, we buckle up our
put 'em
seatbelts.
on.
There was a story in the newspaper this week about a villager and her son. And they were T-boned by a car as they made their way through the villages. No seatbelts, I'm assuming. If there were, I apologize. But it looked to me, I saw the vehicle pictures, that someone or both had gone through the windshield. And that windshield was totally out. And anyway, there were some pretty serious injuries. And the son was airlifted to a hospital and she was transported by ambulance, I guess. They both had head injuries.
Well, we had a situation this week. We hope it does not happen to you. But if it does, we may know the solution.
Well, about 4 nights ago, I noticed when we came home that our landscape lights weren't on. And we like those. They're pretty. They shine up on the palm tree and they hit your robollinis in there. It's pretty. But I mean, we've had issues before, so I thought it was either the transformer or the wire or a squirrel chewed through, whatever.
Yeah, you never know.
So I didn't act on it, and then I forgot about it. And probably 3 or 4 days later, you went into the garage, and what happened?
And I went in to get some bread, and I pulled it out because I had a couple slices of bread I had frozen. And I came in and picked it up, and it was all squishy. I'm going, why is this bread all squishy like fresh bread? And then I knew, I don't think the freezer's working. So I came
You
out
could
in.
take that ice cream and pour it out into a cup. I mean, it was
Yeah.
totally liquid.
Yeah.
Everything. And we had a
Freezer.
full-size freezer full of chicken breast and fish fillets,
And salmon, and a whole turkey, and
banquet house roast beef dinners,
prime rib,
White Castle hamburgers.
ravioli. We had a lot
And
of
we
good
lost
stuff.
every single bit of it.
Everything's gone.
So I thought, I've heard this before. You have a breaker, and I mean, you have several breakers,
Yeah.
these GFI breakers.
Right.
And if one pops in that area, it can cut off the area. But we still had lights in the room.
Yes.
We still had our garage door openers were working.
Yeah.
But we had an Alexa on the wall that wasn't working.
Alexa was
On a different wall.
Yeah.
And then I went over to my tool bench, and my tool bench is not working. So I went to all the outlets, and I pushed the breaker, pop, 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 started them over. Nothing. Did it again. She came out. We looked around. We tried all of them in the house because we've heard sometimes even in the house.
Well, didn't even the breaker box show anything?
I went in the breaker box, and I reset every breaker.
Yeah.
Nothing. Nothing. So I called the electric company. Now we use electrics. See, it has an X on the end.
Boy, what a fiasco. But thanks to the good old boys at Electrics, it's back and working. Now we just gotta fill her up.
Let's pause and go to Peter as he explains to us how we can insulate our garages.
Hi, Jerry and Linda. If your garage is too hot in the summer and too cold in the winter, there's a way to solve the problem with garage door insulation. I had professionals come out and do some of this, and I did some myself. I'll show you how it's done. I paid a couple of guys to come in and put this stuff in. It's flexible, it's easy to cut, but I wasn't sure what I was doing, so I had them do it. I tinted the windows up here because I was still getting a lot of sun through here, mainly because I have a west-facing garage door. If you have a west or an east-facing garage door, you might want to think about doing this. I found that the flexible stuff wasn't enough, so I went back and got this styrofoam here that I inserted. I will tell you, it was a real pain to put in because of the reinforcements on the garage door. It was really tough to get those underneath there. I ended up having to break them apart and then put them in there, and then I know it doesn't look real good, but I used some tape here to try and seal off the edges. The window tinting did help a little. It doesn't look the same from the outside as when we bought the house, but I really don't mind. So I decided to give you a shot of what it looks like. As the garage door comes down, take a look at the windows. It kind of has a mirrored effect to it, and that blocks some of the sun's ultraviolet rays so it doesn't heat up your garage as much. I think it was a good buy. It took some time putting that on and making sure it's all looking good. I do have some bubbles on it, so it's not a professional job, but from the street, you can't tell. So you can do it yourself or have professionals come in and do it. You can save some money if you do it yourself, and if you use the stuff that's flexible, it's not really that hard. I'm Peter Bernard with this week's Bubble Wrap.
Thank you, Peter, for that. Our garage is insulated just exactly like that.
That's
Same
right.
kind of insulation, same kind of tape. It's amazing how much that helps.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, and I think it helps the stability of the garage door during the storm, and it helps keep the
Good.
hitting the car.
No, but mainly, I mean, it's for insulation, but nothing's really going to help in the summer.
Yeah.
It's going to get hot out there. Too hot to work. I mean, it's too hot to work in your garage. Some people get a mini split for their garage, or a mini split's a small air conditioner.
Right.
Some people get a fan. You can't really have window fans, but they'll put a fan in their garage, or an indoor air conditioner.
Yeah.
They plug in, and
Right.
then
Yeah,
you just
we've
vent
seen
the
those.
exhaust out the window.
We've done-
Too hot to
yeah.
work in the garage. But thank you, Peter. Another great tip. You know, speaking of bubble wrap, Peter suggested maybe I'll explain what bubble means. Bubble is the term given to the dome that covers the villages and keeps all bad things out.
Of course, that's imaginary.
It's an imaginary bubble. It's a term some people give because it seems so nice here, so removed from a lot of the problems of the
Right,
world. So
right.
it's just a term. And of course, wrap, you know, that's yo, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's bubble wrap.
Good job, Jerry.
Yeah. Steve and Sally in Southern California, right? I just don't think we could live there. We have stuff, a canoe, an ATV, lots of hobbies. Where would we store our activity equipment? Hey, that's the dilemma.
It is. It is. Everybody goes through that when they move, and you can think, oh my gosh, we're going to do it all. We need to get rid of half of it.
Yeah, I mean, I have fishing rods on brackets on the walls. Our kayak is blown up right now because I don't want to blow it up every time I use it. It's an inflatable. It's just tilted against a wall. 2 bicycles blocking the door to the furnace or the air conditioner.
Yeah. You know, we thought about hanging them up, but then you hang them up. How do you get them back down when you want to go ride?
Well, there's no good place. These garages are not overly big. Some people fortunately stretch their garage when they build their home.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
It's a very good idea if you can do it. Make your garage a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
But the activity equipment, you know, back home we would tilt I had a boat. I just left it parked outside.
Oh yeah.
Can't do that here.
Yeah.
We had piles and piles of lumber that I was going to use in the future, and we
Yeah.
just stacked those up behind our shed, which you can't have here. So
A
it's
big-
tough.
Yeah.
Steve and Sally in Southern California, you know, you're just going to have to pare it down and maybe even rent yourself a kayak when you want to use a kayak or a canoe.
Yeah, because you really don't go
Or
that
whatever.
often. And this is from Judy and Warren from Alabama. My question is, what did you do with all your stuff when you moved from Indiana? Yard sale, estate sale, donate? We did all of the above. Not really an estate sale, but we did sell quite a bit. Had a big yard sale around Thanksgiving time.
Yeah, I'm showing them some pictures there while we're talking.
Yeah.
That's our garage laid out for some of the things in our yard sale. And we also had a 3-car garage out back that was full of tools and lumber and odds and ends, and we sold those as well. Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist,
All right.
word of mouth. We gave friends a lot of things.
Yeah.
And we got her done, man. We were under the gun, weren't we?
We were putting things in people's trunks on the way going out the driveway.
Yeah, yeah. And by the way, speaking of garages, remember last week I said, if anybody had that big 3rd-car garage and they'd let me put my boat in there, well, we heard back from exactly 0 of you. So thanks for nothing on that.
Well, yeah.
You like,
Watch what you're showing.
Huh?
Watch what you're showing.
okay.
We're way far away from everybody.
Obtain 2.
Right. You get your drink?
I can hold on. If you haven't done it yet, listen to her. Well, I stepped on your toes, didn't I?
Oh, I'm going.
Hope you get one you love. Next time, tell us the name of your lovely wife.
Bill,
I've been coughing. My eyes are watering a little
he's
bit.
having a hard time right here. It must be allergies. I don't know what's going on. But you're getting me.
I know.
Sorry, you scared me. You're okay.
Good.
This is from Robert and Rebecca in Kentucky. Y'all keep telling people to downsize, but that is hard. How did you do it? Every time I grab something and think I could get rid of it, it brings back memories, and I end up putting it back where it was. Help! We had that same problem. We had so much stuff and things our kids made when they were little. You know what we end up doing? Taking pictures of a lot of it. We took pictures of it and then got rid of it, didn't we?
Yeah, you know what was the hardest thing for me to leave, and it still is? On the door in our recreation room down in the basement, we had marked, all our kids lived there forever.
Yeah.
So we had marked at age 2, at age 3, at age 4, at age 13, at age 14, for all 3 boys.
Yeah.
And it's still on that door when we moved. I'm sure they painted over that
I'm
or
sure they
or
had
whatever.
to paint over it.
But I did take a picture of it. Of course, this the digital age. I've lost the picture.
Yeah, we don't know where
We
it is.
lose files all the time. They're just numbers on a camera.
Yeah.
And I've lost it. But those kind of things. But once you give away that first meaningful thing, whether it's your arrowheads
Oh, that was a toughie.
or your baseball bat collection or your duck decoys
Yeah.
or dolls
Yeah.
or whatever it is, the next one's easier. You know, it gets easier and
gets
easier. And at the
easier.
end,
Get easier.
when you know your home down there is waiting for you and you got to be out of here in 3 days, you're just going, oh, heck with it. Get rid of it.
You did start shredding papers, and that some of them were kind of important. I know we're going, where is that owner's manual to this? Or where is that? You can find that online, but
What did you find the other day? Some papers from something years ago.
it was 2015.
And they were, why are we keeping them?
Yeah.
Boom, get rid of those old papers.
Why do we have that?
Kim from Michigan writes, I've watched all of your YouTube videos. I'm obsessed, and I love the Linda Cook segments. When is the next one coming? It would be great to see her make her famous candy meatloaf. When is the next one coming, Linda?
When is the real meatloaf coming? Is the question. Pretty soon. I do have to go to the store and buy some hamburger because our freezer doesn't have.
Well, you want to do a show
I
on
want
your
fresh.
pineapple upside down cake.
I
You
do.
want to do a meatloaf.
Right.
What else was it? There were some other things.
I don't know.
We just had to change cameras for the 3rd time in this show due to technical difficulties. See, it's not that easy. Luckily, we had the 3rd one, So we're all good.
Yeah.
And it's time for upcoming entertainment with your entertainment reporter, Miss Linda.
So I get a lot of my entertainment information from the paper, and this is on Wednesdays it comes out, and it will list all of the entertainment from the Sharon and the Savannah Center, and it's a
Can I
great
see it
it's a great
while you talk?
resource. At the Savannah Center, coming up this Wednesday on January 24th and 25th, both nights, a night at the museum bringing art to life through dance. So that would be a dance show. And then the Sharon this week on January 23rd is a Changemaker speaker series, and it's going to be called Through the Lens, Creating a Ripple, and it's by photographer Annie Griffiths. So that's going to be interesting. And then on the 25th, Justin Willman is a Magic for Humans in Person tour, so a magic show. And then coming up pretty much later this week on the 27th is Home Free. It's a fantastic, it's a cappella group, isn't it?
Yeah, they are.
They
something
are
else.
major group, and you should definitely go.
If you
see
like
Home
harmony
Free.
and
oh
just,
my gosh.
that's great.
That's Saturday night, I believe. So,
But you know, some other great stuff is coming in, and the villages, of course, they cater to people our age, right?
right.
So some of these acts are they're blast from the past.
Yeah.
Like Rick Springfield is coming.
uh-huh.
And if you watched American Idol, you remember Clay Aiken and Ruben Studdard?
Yes.
They're coming
Yes.
in a show.
Yes.
That's I forget what day that is. It's here, January 31st. And lots of good stuff coming up. They really do try to bring in some quality acts, and
Yeah.
we love to go. I don't know if we're going to any of those because we got this cruise coming up, and
Yeah.
a lot of things we'd like to see, but we just
Yeah.
don't get around to it. But it's time for Sweet and Salty. Linda's going to take the sweet.
I dreamed I died and went to heaven. Woke up and realized I was watching Jerry and Linda cruise the villages. Then I realized I was in heaven. Hope to visit someday. It's on my bucket list.
I'm always blown away that people take the time to write nice things to us. Isn't that great?
Yeah, that's very nice. Thank you.
It makes me want to be nicer to other people when I read all these.
That's
You know,
right. That's right.
sometimes we get busy and we don't take the time. And like we had a great waiter at, where was that?
Red sauce.
Red Sauce.
Oh my gosh, he was fantastic.
He was great. Yeah, I mean, he had a man bun. and
He
all
was
that.
a young fella, and he was a.
He was really good. So I'm going to
cute
take the
me.
time to write him a little recommendation. You know?
I think that's a great
That's good,
idea.
yeah.
Great idea. And salty.
Yeah, we got a salty dude here. His name is Lake Seminole.
All
I
right.
guess that's where he's from, somewhere around there. He says, I can't understand why you are smiling. Mortgage, bond, taxes, assessments, and more. No thanks. Lake Seminole, you're going to have a mortgage and taxes and assessments and more wherever you live, unless you're living in that basement that we refer to so often, and your mom and dad are paying all those things.
Or you're homeless.
And see, there's a guy that took the time to write this in. Just a little salty there, buddy.
A little salt.
Yeah.
A little salt.
Well, we understand good things aren't free. I mean, you got to pay. You want to swim in 100 plus pools, you're going to have a little fee. You want to golf on over 50 free golf courses, you're going to have a little. But the price of our amenity fee is $189, right?
Yep.
Is that right? It's $189 or $193.
Don't ask
I don't know. It's something like that. I told y'all a couple weeks ago, but I got that short-term memory thing.
You know, it comes out automatically out of our bank account.
Yeah, it
you
comes
know,
out
it could
automatically.
turn the next
We
month.
consider
We don't
that a
know.
bargain. We consider it a bargain.
yeah.
And paying our fire department $125 a year to, oh, come on.
Yeah, well, come on.
That's because, like I said, his mommy and daddy are paying it. Time for shout-outs. As always, we're going to start off with a list of people. There it is. Is that right?
No, it's this way.
I just right there. There it is. Oh boy. And they are friends of our channel, and for various reasons. And we love y'all.
Yeah.
And thank you for being so nice to us. And we just wanted you to get a little feedback on it.
Yeah.
And there you go. Many of you know Patrina. You know Patrina? She's an entertainer here in the Villages. She looks a lot like Pink. You know, the entertainer Pink?
Yeah.
She is just a ball of energy. She's radiant.
Yes.
She's fun.
She makes you smile.
She is fantastic. I
Right
love
on her
to watch her shows.
I do too.
Yeah.
Amazing.
But she has a message for us all.
Hi, Jerry and Linda. Thank you very much for having me on your show. I really do appreciate it because I know you have a huge following and I'm really needing your help to get the word out there about my scholarship that I started in 2014 with an amazing team who help me fundraise every year. I've got a huge, wonderful team and I'm looking for applicants, and the applicants can be anybody that you are related to anywhere in the USA. So if you're a village owner and you have a daughter, say, or a granddaughter or a niece or a nephew, and they live anywhere in the USA, they can apply for this scholarship. And the scholarship is called iSparkle, and all they have to do is give their examples of the acronym of iSparkle. And I stands for inclusion, S stands for support, P stands for protect, A stands for acting out, R stands for respect, and K stands for kindness, L stands for lift spirit, and E is encouraging others. All they have to do is say how they have done this in their life, and they could be a winner, and they could win up to like $3,000. It's quite a lot, and it really does help. I gave out 12 grand last year. This could make a big difference in somebody's family, and all you have to do is just apply. And I'd like to show you a lady who won a couple of years ago. Her name's Alexis Isaacson, and here she is. Here's a little example.
Hi everyone, my name's Alexis Isaacson and I was an iSparkle scholarship winner back in my undergraduate years, and I just wanted to hop on here and let everybody know how helpful they were in regards to paying fees in different books throughout my year. And it's super easy to apply. All you have to do is take a quick little video like this, and it's super helpful, super easy, and I highly encourage everybody to apply. Good luck!
So thanks Linda and Jerry for having me, really appreciate it. Come on, let's get those applicants in. We need them by mid-March, and we'll make a decision by the end of March. Go to my website, it's www.patrina.biz, and there's an iSparkle scholarship page on there if you want to look at previous year's examples and how to apply. Really appreciate it. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.
Patrina, thank you. Another selfless act from you. We appreciate it. And keep up the good work. We'd love to get you on our show sometime.
Yeah, we would.
Due to copyright issues, we can't really give you live music.
No.
But I'd love to talk to her because she's great. She's from England.
Yeah.
And I love to hear her talk.
I do too. Yeah. Well, Gary and Laura will be here soon for a lifestyle visit, and they sent us this photo and asked us what restaurants we recommend. Some of our favorites are Oakwood Smokehouse. I really like Red Sauce. We had a fantastic lunch the other day. The lasagna there was great. And let me tell you, their salad was, what's that other salad you get with Italian meal? What is that?
Wedge?
No.
Wedgie?
Caesar. It was a Caesar salad. And believe it or not, they served it with anchovies. It was amazing. It was so good. It was so good. And we like bluefin and brownwood. There's a lot of
those there's a bunch.
Yeah.
If you can't find one, you're too picky. But,
yeah.
And there's a Culver's right up the road here.
All the chains.
Tom and Lynn are from Neenah, Wisconsin. They love the weather up there in the summer, but they like to come here in the winter. And they're going to be renting a home for 3 months and maybe buying a home to snowbird in. Hey, how about those Packers? They had a great year.
Yeah. Bill Agnew wrote and told us that he was coming down to pick out a home pretty soon, maybe even this week. That's an exciting time. We hope you find one that you really love. And next time, tell us what your lovely wife's name is.
Rocco and Dara are from Ohio. They wrote us a really cool email. I can't give you all of it. It's just too long. But they recently bought a home in the village of Hawkins. They're avid longtime viewers. It was a sensational letter. They look like the kind of people that are going to have a ball down here. So welcome to you.
Yeah, most people do have a good time here in the villages. Well, Patty and Chuck are from LeClaire, Wisconsin, and I had the pleasure of meeting them at Bargains and Blessings one day, and they bought a beautiful pie plate. Really nice people.
And we know Patty and Chuck back in Indiana.
We do. We really do.
Married couple.
Uh-huh.
That's going to do it for this week's edition of
Mailbag Monday.
Last week, Linda did a bit, maybe 2 weeks ago, about these sliders that go into your
Yeah.
kitchen appliances.
Right.
And I showed you a while back about that Ryobi, or is it Ryobi, electric air gun that will air up your tires, air up your golf cart, air up your inflatable kayak. And you folks send us emails asking me for links to those products. All those links are on our website, on our Amazon storefront. If you go there and you buy anything, we get a little credit for our channel, and it doesn't cost you a penny more. So if you want any of the products that you've seen here, or maybe Peter's described, they should be on that website. Please give it a look when you get a chance.
If you haven't done it yet, please subscribe to our channel and follow us on Facebook. Until next time.
See you when you get here.